Hey everyone, it's Phil here, and in this video, I'm going to share you my story of how I started at 19 years old and I turned $3,000 into millions of dollars. So if you don't know my story, I started a home cleaning service with my best friend from high school. That company has done over $15 million in revenue up until today. And eventually, I co founded Booking Koala, which is home to thousands of entrepreneurs worldwide. And this software is worth tens of millions of dollars at this point. And my goal is to grow it into $1 billion company without ever taking any investor money, basically funding it ourselves because I don't want to increase prices. I don't want to have to answer to investors and satisfy them by, making things more expensive for our customers and things like that. And I'm sharing this story with you guys so that you know what is possible with a simple service business. A lot of people think that you need to invent something crazy to make a lot of money, but that's not true. No matter what path you take, you have to work hard at that business or whatever it is that you do in order to achieve something. And it's the same thing if you guys start a service business like I did, right? I started a home cleaning company. Now through Booking Koala, so many people start different services. I actually have on my YouTube channel a video showing you the top 10 service businesses that are going to be the best businesses based on what other people are doing and what they're succeeding in, where they're making the most money. So these are great businesses to start in. So things like home cleaning, poop scooping, lawn care, mobile car detailing, and so many others. These businesses are excellent because they can get you to where you need to be. And if you take my story, for example, you don't have to just stay and stick to that service business. You can expand, right? You can, for example, I always teach when you start something, focus on it, make it your mission to actually grow something out of it so you become successful and it's making money. A lot of things, a lot of people, what they do, and this is a huge mistake, is that they put some focus into this, put a little bit of focus into that, and they do that across 5 different things because they think they're going to make a couple bucks here, a couple bucks there. And that is such a wrong approach, because if you put all that focus on one thing and say no to the others, you are much more likely to succeed and make more money. And then what you can do is, once you are happy with that, you can move on to something else. So what a lot of people do here at Booking Koala is they may start with a home cleaning company or a mobile car wash company, and then they start teaching others how to do it, right? They document this and make additional income. I know some people personally that charge $5,000 to $10,000, some actually more, to help another person get started. And through our interviews, you could find these on the Booking Koala channel, you will find that a lot of these people say that, yes, these coaches actually help them get to a specific level. We just interviewed somebody that has done over 150K in their first 6 months, and they owe all that credit to a coach that has helped them get there. So I'm personally not the biggest fan of, gurus and coaches, because 99% of them are not so good, but 1% are helpful, and they really do care about helping their students succeed. And that could be you. You could be that 1% later. Help your students. And I like this approach because it doesn't take much time. You already learned what you need to do. So telling somebody to get to that first step, whether it's 5K in revenue or 10K in revenue, you could charge $1,000 to help someone and consult someone on that. It's a really, really neat strategy. But besides that and building a consulting company, you could do something else, right? I started a software company, and that's where I focus all of my efforts on. I still own the cleaning company as of now. It's a great resource for cash flow. It's a great resource for feedback for the actual software. And how to make it better for everybody else. That is the primary reason why I actually keep it today. And my wife runs it. If I had to run it, that would be a different story because it would take a little bit more of my time. But since she runs it, it's just cash flowing money, and it's great feedback for everybody else because I get to see what is still working in the market, and Booking Koala improves that way. Okay. So huge plus. And that could be used across many different industries. So the lesson of this video is, start something. You can start in the service business and expand later. Do something else. Sell the company. Service businesses are worth a lot of money, and they're only going to be worth more and more because people, are starting businesses at a faster rate than ever before, most likely because everybody's telling someone online like me to start a business, and people are actually doing it. They're doing things from home. You could run the service business from home like many businesses today, and with that, the demand is going to increase for businesses like that, for good businesses. So if you grow a great service business, it could be worth a lot of money, and it will be more and more over time, because not only are they great businesses, but they're less likely to be disrupted by AI and robots, which literally is not going to happen for a very, very long time. So this is a quick little story for you guys to show you what is possible. And don't just think that you cannot make a lot of money in the service industry, because you can. And if you want to just stick in that industry, stick with that industry forever, you can, and you can still make millions and millions of dollars, which to many people, that's way more than they thought. For me, when I started, my goal was to only be making 100K per year. That was literally the only goal. I thought that would be enough to buy myself freedom, buy myself time, and so I could spend time with the people I actually care about. And then later we blew past that goal, and I realized that so much more is possible. So, hopefully the story inspires you, and hopefully, not only my story, but all the other stories that we have on the Booking Koala channel of people that have excellent stories of how they started and how they grew their service businesses.